Hi. It's been a really long time. It's been like 3 weeks. I'm really sorry. I missed you. I hope you had a great everything because I missed everything. Yeah. Welcome to the Meltran Designs podcast. I am your host, Melissa, also known as Anansi on Ravelry and on Plurk and Instagram. I am Meltran Designs. There's a group on Ravelry, Meltran Designs, and meltrandesigns.com is where you can find all of my podcasts and subscribe there if you don't want to subscribe to YouTube. There you go. Hi. Today is Monday, January 13th, 2014, and this is episode 46. It has been a long 3 weeks, let me tell you what. It just has been crazy. I'm so happy to be recording again because you know what that means? I'm home alone! Ah! So nice. Let me tell you, it's nice to have a break. Oh, please forgive me for waiting for 3 weeks. I did not have a chance. I don't like to record at night when the kids are in bed because it's really dark in my house and Jake's here and I hate recording when he's here. I'm all distracted and anyways, it just didn't work. I told him that we're going to have to figure something out this summer and he's like, I'll just take the kids for a bike ride into the park. I was like, okay. So, welcome back and welcome if you're new. And Anuska, if you're watching this, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be more than 30 minutes, so I'm sorry. She doesn't like long podcasts, and when it's been 3 weeks, and you've knit as many things as I have crammed into these 3 weeks, I'm sorry, but it's going to be long. If you want to take a break halfway through, totally fine with me. So I have notes, and it doesn't look like much, but lots to cover. All right, so let's get started. Happenings. There was Christmas. Of course. We had a really good time. We got to see Jake's family, which was fun. Most of his brothers and sisters live here. One sibling doesn't, and his parents aren't living here right now. But they came into town, and we got to have breakfast with them one of the days and then spend all of Christmas Eve day with them. So that was nice. Yeah, all the cousins. I'll put pictures in at the end. There's lots of cousins. Jake is one of 6, and everybody has kids but one. And so there's 19 grandkids and 1 foreign exchange student grandkid. So 20 of them. We got pictures. So that was fun. Then we went to my dad's house and spent the night there like we do every year on Christmas Eve. And inevitably, Jake had to make a run home because I thought I had everything like I always do, and I didn't, like I never do. So, yeah, at, 12, 1 a.m., I don't even remember what time it was, he ran home so I could keep wrapping presents. Anyways, good Christmas. I won't put a ton of pictures in because you don't need to see every picture of my kids opening stuff, but I'll put a couple in so you can, just so you can share in the fun that we had. They loved everything they got, and yeah, it was a good day. New Year's, a week later. Man, I can't believe I've missed this much. Nothing really big happened for New Year's. The girls went to a lock-in at the rec center like they do a few times a year. This is the big one where they let them stay up all night and all this stuff, and they watched Frozen and Despicable Me 2 and I don't even remember what else, big name movies. It was kind of cool. So they went to that, and some friends called and said, hey, want to come over? We're just going to play games and stuff. And we said, okay. And we didn't play any games. We sat around and ate and talked all night. And so they went to Costco and bought cheesecake bites. Have you had them from there? It's pretty much like it's a cheesecake cut up into squares that are, I don't know, 1.5 by 1.5 maybe? Oh, I probably ate like 3 pieces of cheesecake worth. It's my downfall. I'm telling you. I just couldn't stop eating them. They were so good. I was just, and they were right behind me on the counter, so I'd be like, just eat one. There wasn't a lot of people there, so it's not like I was hoarding it or anything. And I didn't realize I'd eaten that many till later. I was thinking back going, yeah, I've eaten a lot. Okay, maybe not 3 pieces worth, but at least 2. It was really good and totally worth it. I don't even care. It was so good. Anyways, if you've had them, you know what I'm talking about. I will never buy them and have them in my freezer because they would not last more than 2 days. Maybe I'll treat myself for my birthday. Anyways, all right. So we were there until it was like, well, let me see. We ended up being there until about 12:45 in the morning. And they have older kids, like teenagers, and Eli loves video games, and they all love video games, so he just fit right in. And Jake actually ended up going down and playing with Eli, so I hung out with Alan and Serena, and Jake and Eli played down on the big screen on the Wii U, because we have neither of those things. So it was fun either. It was fun. We had a really good time. So then we had all of last week. My kids, I've mentioned it before, because they go to a charter school, because of the charter school they go to, I should say, they're on a modified year-round schedule, and so they have a 3rd week off for Christmas break. I think I mentioned that before in my last podcast, actually. It was 3 weeks ago. I don't remember. 3+ weeks ago. But anyways, they have an extra week off. So that's why they still have been out and finally went back to school today. And they needed it. They were getting bored. It's been too cold to really spend a lot of time outside, so they've been, stuck inside the house. And anyways, we all needed a break from each other. It wasn't horrible, but, it was just nice that we could all go our separate ways for today. So, I went and walked after I dropped Eli off, which was nice because I haven't over the holidays and last week, and so I'm getting back into that today. It's so nice that it's kind of on my way home, so I just wear my workout clothes and go drop Eli off and then go walk. I was going to walk more because my legs were feeling good, I was feeling good, but my lower back was just really bugging me. I think I was standing funny when I cooked lunch yesterday or dinner yesterday. I don't know, because it was bothering me a little bit last night, and then today it was hurting me. But the only thing I did for any prolonged period of time yesterday besides sit was cooking. So anyways, you know how sometimes you just stand funny? So anyway, that gets us to now. I was trying to decide if I would talk about what I got for Christmas. Now when I talk about Christmas stuff or whatever, I just put it all in acquisitions. And it's actually knitting related anyways, so I think it all goes together. So we are going to move on to going on / coming up, because we have quite a bit to talk about. The year of the Q has started, and some of you have already been participating, and I love it. You guys are making me so happy. There's 2 threads going, one for just general talking and another just to share FO pictures. And I like that when people are posting their FO pictures, they're putting when they queued the item. I don't think I said to do that, but I love that you're doing it, because then you can see right there how long it was sitting in there before you were like, oh, I'm going to make it. I have stuff that's been sitting in my queue, I think, since 2011. I think a couple things maybe from post Sock Summit. I don't know. Anyways, a long time, at least 2012. So that has started. So much fun. Right now, for that, we're doing a Thrums cal. Anything thrummed. I'm doing slippers, which you'll see. You can do mittens. Hats, a whole sweater if you really wanted to. If you live in the Arctic North, hey, whatever floats your boat. I think it'd be insanely warm, but, whatever. Um, there's a tag if you want to tag your projects. It's just YOQ 2014. I know, it's really creative, huh? Year of the Q. I figured, hey, that's easy to remember. YOQ 2014. So, also for coming, or that's what's going on. Let me see. Is that all that's going on? I'm gonna draw for the Podiversary and the FO along. I want to tell you about two other things that are coming up first, and then I'll do the drawing for those really quick. Stitches West is next month, the weekend right after Valentine's Day. I always forget the exact dates. It'll be 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Actually, I think it starts, if you're taking classes, you can go to the market on the 20th, which is Thursday night, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anybody else? Let me know if you're going to be there. We don't have to make like an official meetup or anything. You can just come to the booth. I'm in booth 117. 114. No, 117. I keep thinking 114 for some reason. It's 117. The Sassy Sheep. We're going to be right close to the concessions, which I can see will be good and bad. Good because people coming to grab food will be wandering around. Bad because we're going to be smelling the food all day long and I'm going to want to eat it. Especially if they have French fries. Cheesecake, French fries, ice cream. I'm telling you, those are my weaknesses. If you ever want to just buy me anything random that's food related, just saying. I love all three of those. And cheesecake flavored ice cream. Hello. Anyways. Okay. That and the other thing is that I have all of my paid patterns on sale 25% off. You can buy any of them that you want, 25% off now through Valentine's Day at midnight, which is Friday, February 14th. And the code is MTD25. MTD because it's Meltran Designs. So MTD25. I don't know if that M will show up with the lines. MTD25. Post it anywhere you want. Share it with whomever you would like. If you're in one of those groups, I know there's one group in particular that looks for sales and stuff like that all the time, and you can post on there. Post wherever. I don't care. Totally fine with me. So, there's that. Okay, let's do drawings. Let's do the Podiversary one first. That is for the pattern that was donated, and it's a cowl pattern. There's 20, so 19 entries, and the overwhelming majority of you posted that your favorite episode or a favorite moment was when my daughter co-hosted. And I don't know if you remember that I have two daughters and they both co-hosted. It just said, and every single person who responded with that said daughter, singular. I'm guessing it's the one when Cayenne was on, just because she is a little more into knitting than Anansi is. But anyways, just pointing that out. I have two of them. So, and she still wants to show you her monster. I'll have to figure out a way to get that in because she's really excited to show that off to you. And Anansi actually started a monster yesterday. They've started taking knitting to church, which, please don't judge on that. The kids have to sit through an hour-long service, and it's hard for even adults sometimes to sit through it, and it keeps them quiet. Cayenne does it. She sat and finished her monster. She's working on a washcloth right now, and it keeps them quiet before they get to go to Sunday school and do all the fun stuff, you know, with the other kids. So, yeah, they love it. I love it because they're quiet. I'm not having to deal with them quite so much, you know, getting rambunctious. And they're getting some knitting done, which I think is great. I knit during church. I don't knit during the 1 hour that they knit. I knit later on when I'm in Sunday school and stuff. And nobody cares, and I don't bring attention to it. So, anyways, Anansi started a petunia yesterday, and she's super cute. She's pink and sparkly. And she got like 3 whole rows done. So, you know, petunia's like this big. So, anyways, all right. So we have numbers 2 through 20, and the winner is number 10. Drawing. Let me see who that is. Number 10 is Apple 380. Oh, and her favorite was When We Got the Kittens. And that is Jamie from the United Kingdom. So, Jamie, I'm going to wait a couple weeks after I post this to let you watch and PM me. And then I will let the designer know who won, and I'll have her send it to you. So, congratulations. The other drawing we had going on was the November-December FO along. Oh my gosh, you guys, this was way huger than I thought it was. I know huger's not really a word. We had 104 entries. I'm so excited for that. So excited. Let me put in 2 through 104. And the there were 2 prizes, right? Yeah, there was the project bag and the skate. Where's the blue? Forgive me, I'm sitting in a different spot if you couldn't tell. We have the blue sparkly yarn. Dream in color. Okay, so let's see. Project bag. Yarn. Okay, first this drawing is for the project bag. I'm not going to grab it mainly because it's behind the computer and I'd have to climb over a couch to get there. Anyways, so I'm not going to show it to you again. I've shown it in the past, and I don't know, maybe I'll put a picture of it or something. I don't know. But anyways, project bag is going to be number 52. Let me see who that is. Nope, I don't think it's on that page. Nope. Next page. My fault. Okay. 52. Should we have a race to see who it is? Phoenix Fire. That does not surprise me. She had a crap ton of entries. That's Tracy from North Carolina, and she's awesome. I actually got to meet her. Great lady. So there's that. Tracy, if the random number picks you again, you can't win a second time. I'm sorry. Anyways, if you will please PM me your address, and I will get that shipped out to you. Now for the yarn, we are going to do number 74. I'm not going to write that down just in case it's Tracy again. Let's go to the next page here, and it'll be at the bottom. Nope, it won't. Oh, no, not the next page. I was wrong. It's at the bottom of the same page. I can't count by 25s apparently. 74. There it is. It is a different person. Victoria Blue. Oh, Victoria! She is in Israel, actually. How cool is that? So let me put 74. Okay, Victoria, and she made, I didn't tell you what Tracy made. Victoria made some seamless Salomas, it looks like, out of some really pretty light blue. Victoria, if you'll PM me your address, make sure you have your, country stuff all listed. Different countries, write their addresses differently, so make sure you put it exactly as you want me to write it down. That's really cool, going to Israel. And I've actually VKN'd with her before. Really great lady. And Tracy for this one, like I said, she had a lot. It says it's a little vignette that she knit up to decorate the dining room. And it looks like a little, well, there's a tree and a guy with like a cute little hat on. Anyways, cute little fun holiday decorations. So congratulations to all of the winners. That was exciting. Like I said, I'll wait a couple weeks before I contact you, just so that way you can watch and see that you won and contact me with your address and whatnot, and we will get that all figured out. All right. Oh, and coming up this weekend, I'm going to be over in Idaho Falls, well, technically Rigby, Idaho. I'm going over there to spend the weekend with Sarah from the Sassy Sheep, and we are going to be dyeing some yarn, baby. Yep, I'm going to help her get ready for stitches. So that'll be lots of fun. I'm sure she'll actually be doing the dyeing because she's the dyer, and I'll be like rinsing and hanging. But that's okay. It's still nice to get to go and spend a weekend with my friend, and she'll have help, and we'll have lots of fun. So, and she has really cool cats. So, anyways, and now when you saw the name of, or the title of this podcast, it says huge announcement. So I figured that could go in here. So my announcement is that I'm going to be having a baby. So there you go. I've been waiting to tell you for probably way too long. I'm actually 19 weeks along, and if you don't know, pregnancies are 40 weeks, so I'm a week away from halfway. And yes, I know I've said even on the podcast in the past we were done, and we were. And then we changed our minds. It was planned. No, I won't get offended if you ask me that. I've had people ask because we were very adamantly done. Baby was planned. I'm due the first week of June, June 10th, which will be a little crazy because it's the kids' last week of school, but it's all right. June was very carefully chosen because, as you've heard me talking before now, I'm still clogging, and the last competition of the season is the weekend of like the 8th and 9th or something like that of May. So I will be going through the clogging season, and then we have a family trip, not just Jake and myself and the kids, but my dad and sisters and brother-in-law as well. We're going up to the Oregon coast for a week at the end of July, and so we won't have teeny tiny brand new baby. I mean, I'll still be small, don't get me wrong, but it won't be like 2 days old type thing. And then by the time clogging starts again in September, I will have gone through the recovery period where you need to not be jumping around and can start clogging again. So, yeah, very carefully planned, and yeah, it's a little overwhelming, and I can't honestly say always exciting because sometimes I'm laying in bed going, we're having another one. My youngest is 5. All right. But I know how wonderful babies are. And I know that as soon as I see that baby for the first time, I'm not going to know how I ever lived without it. Because that's how I was with every single one of my kids. You see that baby for the first time, and you really wonder how your life ever existed before that child was there. You know, and so really it's mainly just because it's been so long. It's kind of hard, it's still kind of hard to wrap my brain around. I feel the baby moving, not just random little tiny fluttery kicks, but like I can actually feel the baby move around. And I sit there, and it's brand new all over again because it's been so long. It's like, oh, there's something in there. So I kind of feel like a first-time mom, even though I already have 3, just because it's been so long since I've been pregnant. So, yeah, I still am having reality set in a little bit. I've had 2 ultrasounds. One was a dating ultrasound, and I had some concerns, and so I wanted to get that, you know, taken care of. And then I had another one at 12 weeks because the OB wanted to make sure everything had cleared up that we had been worried about. No, no, cat. Hold on a second here. Oh, no. Oh, just gonna kick everything over. Marsh is trying to, he jumped up on the couch, but he decided he needed to lay on all the knitted stuff. His claws like to just sit like this. Anyways, so I had one at 12 weeks. Everything had cleared up. Anyway, that's why I waited to tell you. Also, we didn't tell Jake's parents until they got here for Christmas. Not because we didn't want to tell them, but because we wanted to tell them in person. And we got to in a really awesome way. And I'm totally going to put the video in at the end because my mother-in-law's reaction is priceless. And this is going to be her 20th grandchild, and she is just over the moon. I talked to her last night. I said, "Are you telling everybody?" She's like, "I tell everybody. Everybody. I'm going to have 20 grandkids." And on Thanksgiving, when we went with Jake's extended family, I was talking to his grandma, and she said that this baby will be her 95th great-grandchild. Yeah, crazy. So anyways, I'm not going to go overboard with baby talk because I know not everybody's interested. It's a knitting podcast. I am going to talk about it because it's what's going on in my life, and that's why you watch my podcast, is because you want to know what's going on in my life and knitting, because you know that those two go hand in hand. So I'm not going to have like a special baby segment or anything like that. It's just going to all be kind of intermixed, and that's just going to be how it is. So I hope that's okay. If it's not, there's a nice little red X up at the top right of your screen. You're more than welcome to click it. So anyways, I hope you will enjoy this adventure with me though. This Friday, I actually have my 20-week ultrasound appointment, and we will be pulling the kids out of school because they want to see. And we will be finding out the gender. I didn't care either way. We didn't find out with Kyan or Eli, and I was kind of mean and didn't let Jake find out with Eli. Like, he wanted to find out, and I said no. And so I said, you know what, if you want to find out, that's fine. I don't care either way. We found out with Anansi. We didn't find out with the other two. You know, whatever you want to do. And he hadn't made a decision. And my friend Jamie, hi Jamie, pointed out that I have knitting friends who will want to make stuff for me. Let me pause and say, I'm not expecting anything to be made for me. But I know, because my friends also have told me, hey, I want to make something for the baby. So I'm not assuming anything. I'm going off of what people have said. Anyways, Jamie said people are going to want to make stuff. So unless you want a whole bunch of gender neutral stuff, you might want to consider finding out. Good point. Logic wins. So we're going to find out. So that way you can know. And you'll know blue or pink after Friday. So anyways, I think that covers all of the baby information. And if you have questions or whatever, I mean, I'm an open book. If there's anything you want to know or want me to talk about or whatever, let me know. Okay. Knitting. Okay, Anuska. This is a good halfway point because it's about 30 minutes in. So if you want to stop and come back later, totally can. I'm going to take a drink real quick. Okay. Put that pen down. Works in progress. I have actually been working on Jake's socks. I'm actually done with the first one, even though you see needles hanging off of it. It is finished. I'm leaving the toe on needles because I'm going to give both of them to him and have him put them on. If the foot doesn't fit or whatever, then I don't have to try to take out Kitchener and put it back on the needles. I'm just going to leave it that way. So anyways, you can see it's some self-stripey, and it's an 80 stitch sock, ribbing at the top, 12 row, 10, I think I only did 10 rows of plain stockinette here, heel flap, gusset, plain old knit, 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 knit to the toe. So there's that one. The second one, I have just finished the cuff and then done a couple of rows of the plain knitting. 80 stitch socks take a long time. Man, I'm so used to my 64 stitch ones that I can just and be done with, and good grief. Oh, that yarn. These are on size 0s for the cuff, 1s for the body of the sock. Oh, I don't have the thing. This is the yarn that I got when I was in Michigan at the yarn store online, is what it's called, online yarn. I don't remember what the name of the colorway is. I apologize. And it's in my Awesome Girl Cave bag that I got in Michigan as well. The thrum slippers for the knit along. Let me see if I can not screw this up, because I had a whole bunch of thrums made, and then Anansi was laying down on the couch and didn't see them, even though they're bright orange and red, and they stuck to her footy pajamas. And so anyways, so then I just shoved everything in this bag here. Here's the fiber that I'm using. I think I showed it last time. This is Lighted Up from Highland Handmaids. And the color for the slippers that I decided on was just brown. And it's called Leather. And it's Perfection by Kramer. It's the same yarn that I used for my father-in-law's scarf. I love it because it's 30% merino, 70% acrylic, and it's $6.50 for 200 yards. So can't go wrong with that. And then here, there we go. Here's what I have done so far on the slipper. You can see the whole bottom is done, and then I've started up the sides. Here's the inside. It's so squishy and awesome. So there we go. I kind of took a break from it when the thrums went everywhere. Not that it was, you know, the pattern's fault or the slipper's fault, but I was just like, ah, I need a break from that. That's all right. I still have time in January, so there's that. And it's in a fancy bag that I crocheted. It's a market bag that bells out at the bottom when it's not stretched. Oh, okay. Next is something that I just cast on yesterday, actually, because, like I said, I knit at church, and I didn't want to knit on my tube scarf, you know, my leftover scarf. And Lisa Fiber Knit from the 90% Knitting podcast is having a knit along. I don't remember what she called it. Love, and I don't remember, but it is Valentine's Day related. So if you're knitting something about hearts, because if you're knitting something with hearts on it, or something that's mostly pink or red or whatever, then it counts. And I have enough left over of her Let Me Love You colorway to make a pair of ankle socks for myself. So I started that yesterday, and I decided, I have some solid black that I use for the toe heel cuff for my black stripy socks, and I decided to use that for these too. So I have white, red, and then it'll be a small white one again, and then big pink like that. But I think it'll look really cool with the black toe heel and cuff kind of accent. So anyways, that's on size 1s. It's out of Fiber Nymph Dye Works. No, I don't think it's her Bounce. It's not. It's a different base. I can't remember what it's called. Shoot. And she's probably telling me right now. Sorry, Lisa. I can't remember what the base is. I can look back. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if she's gonna be bringing it back to sell or not. I don't think she said in her last podcast if this is a colorway she's bringing back, but I love it. And since I needed a sock, and ankle socks knit up really fast, and I could participate in a knit along, and then I have chances to win stuff. This is in my Loopy U project bag, just a little drawstring bag. And lastly, I'm gonna wait on this work in progress because it'll work designing it, anyway. Okay, FOs. Go back up there. I have a ton of FOs. I kind of went nuts. If you've been watching consistently, you might remember around like October, November, I was like, oh, I don't really feel like knitting a whole lot, and I wasn't knitting a whole lot. The first trimester kicked my butt. Like, seriously. I was tired with the other ones. With this one, I felt like I had drank an entire bottle of NyQuil. I mean, it was like drug-induced haze. If you go back and watch those, you'll see what I'm talking. You'll remember, because I was like, I just was really tired and kind of in a haze. Yeah, it's because this baby was kicking my butt. I've never felt that tired, and I would be really awake from like 8 to midnight, and then I would go to bed and get up the next day and just be in this haze all day long, and take a nap in the afternoon. I mean, I was getting as much sleep as I could. And then have that one little window of 4 hours where I was awake and felt somewhat normal. I mean, it was, ugh. Anyways, so now all the things are being made. And some of these things are chunky, which made them knit up fast. I really just went nuts. Just went nuts. So I'm just going to grab and talk and hope that I hit everything. Actually, I think I'll have my pen here and mark it off to make sure I do. First up, this is actually from the Year of the Q, and it's the Willow Cowl. I don't actually like it on me. Not the fault of the pattern. I don't know. I don't love it on me. But Anansi has adopted it, and because her shoulders are so narrow, it's like this cute little like jacket kind of poncho-ish thing on her, and it's really cute. Sorry, I did that, and I have these little tiny hairs that go down to my eyes. This is some CJ Kopek yarn that I picked up in Michigan, in the Lula colorway. I don't think it's really that blue. Here, let me turn down the light on my screen. There we go. It's beautiful yarn. It's a funny looking pattern when you hold it up like this, but when it all kind of scrunches down, it looks really good. It was really fun to knit. I actually I ran out of yarn, actually. So I must have had gauge that was a little bit bigger than what it called for. Maybe I'll try one later. Something that I wanted to, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I reserve the right to knit things again that have come off my queue because I've knit them. And I have some other fingering weight yarn that this would be a good match for, and maybe I'll drop a needle size and see if it looks better on me. If not, then maybe Kyan will have something fun to keep her shoulders warm. So anyway, that's the Willow Cowl, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry. Nextly, we have this guy. Oh, I know, really basic looking, right? all it is a drop stitch stockinette pattern that you do with a bulky yarn. Just back and forth, and then you twist it like 4 or 5 times and stitch it together. That's it. This is my new favorite thing to wear because it turns itself and it looks so good on. And with all the different colors, I can actually change the look of, you know, which colors are out and, you know, on top and on the bottom and all that kind of stuff. This is some hand spun. The rainbow gradient that I got, I don't even remember, over the summer maybe? A friend of mine bought it for me. Remember I was telling you to buy it? And my friend went and bought it and then gave it to me. It's from the Sassy Sheep. The colorway is called Katie's Rainbow in a gradient. And it's 100% superwash merino. And you guys, oh my gosh. I wish I had like Squish-A-Vision, because it is just, it's so squishy and soft and warm, and I love how it looks just thrown on. So I wear this a lot. It's my new go-to. So it'll be a great way to use hand spun, and yeah, I might make a couple more of these in maybe more calm down colors, you know, depending on what I'm wearing. But anyways, alrighty. Oh, and did I say what the pattern was called? St. Peter's Twist. That's another free pattern. So I might have said it, but if not, or if I did, there you go. Next, this is just a basic little scarf that actually stretched out more than I wanted it to. This is some leftover yarn I had from the drawing that I won from the Fiber Nymph 90% Knitting podcast a long time ago, over a year ago. This is some yarn that she spun. It's called Cheeks After Skiing. And I cast on a few stitches, not even that many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 or 9. And I knit in garter stitch for like 5 rows, and then I did a drop stitch thing and then knit in on, I think, size 11 needles. So super easy, basic. It got this yarn out of my stash. I sometimes will double it, and you know, depending on how cold it is. So anyways, it's great. I love it. It's nice and squishy. And I got it out of my stash. So anyways, there's that. Alright. Oh, I didn't write that one down. I just had it sitting here. Next. Oh, I'm like, why isn't there more stuff up here? It's over here. Okay. So I knit some baby stuff. And I'm not one that knits a whole lot for my babies, but we do cloth diapers, and instead of paying, well, we have to get new ones, and they're expensive, and the covers are even more expensive. So instead of buying covers, I'm just knitting them, because knitted covers are awesome. Dang it. I just keep dropping stuff. The first cover I made is the Frantic Mama Soaker. And the legs look really tiny, but it's because they're ribbed. Well, I mean, and babies have small legs, but it's because of the ribbing. So they look kind of funny. But I love this pattern. Eli had a couple of these that I used all the time. Here's the drawstring. I haven't woven that in or put it on here, but there's that. And the yarn is actually it was this color, and I have a few skeins of it still. This is the superwash that felt so well. So I just was playing with some gray dye and just dyed it up, and it ended up doing this kind of swirly thing, which is kind of fun. So when you have that much, you know, it's fun to play with a little bit. Then with the leftover yarn from that skein, I made a different type of a diaper cover. That's the WHW Plain Wrap is what it's called. And it's just a diaper cover. There will actually be Aplix or Velcro here and then here, and I know it's kind of going at an angle. Anyway, like that. And then here's the little leg holes. So anyway, there's that one out of, like I said, the same yarn. And then I wanted something quick as kind of a palette cleanser before I started some other stuff, and I remembered that there was a cute little booty pattern in my queue. The baby booties are notorious for falling off. These are actually called Christine's Stay On Baby Booties, and they actually do. I can attest to that because Eli had a pair that somebody made for him, and they were awesome. These have not been soaked or blocked, so they're kind of crazy. Here's what they look like. It's some self-striping Twisted Limon that I had left over. There's the bottoms. And you can see that they're kind of opposite of each other, but I didn't try to match them up. I just grabbed the yarn and let it do what it was going to do. So anyways, there's those. I'll probably make a couple more pairs of them because they take it weighs like 9 grams. So it's just a few yards of yarn. So anyway, I made those. And the last baby thing I made, well, let me show you this other thing first, and then I'll show you that. If you watch 90% Knitting and have an amazing memory, because I don't know why you would remember this random thing, she started to knit a monster a long time ago out of some of her yarn. And then after she made the body, she's like, I don't know why I started making this. I'm never going to finish it. I hate making toys, whatever. So I texted her and said, mail me your monster. I'm going to finish knitting it for you because everyone needs to have a monster. And I love making them, which is weird because I hate making toys. But monsters are awesome. So anyways, I can't say I hate making toys. There are certain toys I don't like to make. Monsters, I love. So, and I told her, you don't have the option of saying no. Just send me your stuff. So she said, okay. So I finished her Petunia. This is out of the Fiber Nymph Dyeworks Cozy Base, which, oh my gosh. I'm so in love with her Cozy Base. I wish that I had enough money to get a sweater quantity, because it would be a sweater I would live in for the rest of my life and probably be buried in. This stuff is just, when she calls it cozy, like she's not kidding. It's amazing. This is one of the colorways that, it was a trial run for one of her club colorways. So anyway, she did the body. I did the arms and the legs, and look at how well I made a match. I did one arm and then picked up where that left off and did the leg, and then pulled out, actually not that much, I think there's, and then did this down to here. So anyways, there's Petunia. I hate to let her go because she's so cute. But like I said, everybody deserves to have a monster in their life. And even though I still don't have a monster that I've kept for myself, my kids have enough of them that I have plenty of monsters in my life. So anyway, Rebecca Danger Pattern. So cute. So Lisa said I could keep what was left over from Petunia. So I made a diaper cover with it. And this diaper cover, it's kind of a fun palette cleanser because I can make it in one night. Well, the newborn size. And my babies seem to stay small forever. So I'm going to make, I'll have 3 or 4 newborn ones and then move up to small and medium and stuff. And I can make bigger ones as the baby needs it, so I'm not too worried about it. So, how cute is that in self-striping? Oh, I wish I could afford more. Well, afford some just to make these, but I can't justify $20 a skein for self-striping worsted weight yarn just to cover a baby's butt. But oh my gosh, is this the cutest thing ever or what? Okay, not ever, but you know what I mean. It's just cute that it's striped. So, anyways, that covers all those. Okay. Oh, Petunia, hold on. Let me mark it off. Good grief, we're at 50 minutes. I knew this was going to be forever. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I know it's big, I know it's long, and I still have stuff to show you. All right. I actually have a couple more. Well, this might actually go kind of quick from now on. Okay, so I have had this yarn in my stash for a year. It was one of the first yarns I bought when I could start buying yarn again at the beginning of 2013. And it is Fiber Addiction in her Manic base, which is her bulky. And it's 100% superwash merino in the Bad Ash colorway. How awesome are those colors? This hat is the Slouchy Seed Stitch Rib Hat, and it is a free Ravelry download. And I actually made this second, and I wear this all the time, like all the time. I love this hat. I made it because first I made these awesome mittens. And I had barely under half a skein left, and I did a search and found this pattern, and it called for right around the number of yards that I had left. So out of one single skein of 180 yards, I got a pair of mittens and a hat. Now, if you have like way bigger hands than me, it probably wouldn't work out, but isn't that, look, it's so cute. I love it. And these mittens, seriously, as soon as you put them on your hands, they're hot. Like my hands are really warm just having just put them on. They are getting fuzzy. They're merino. It's what it does. I'm not worried about it. I have a lint shaver or whatever. I'm really not worried about it. They're very basic. I mean, ribbing, knit with the thumb gusset, plain stockinette, decrease. I mean, there's nothing fancy about these. They knit up so stinking fast. Just saying. Hat, it was like one evening. How cute is that? Love it. Love it. And if you have never used Fiber Addiction yarn, pause, go to Etsy, look at her stuff. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, the mittens are called the Simple Chunky Mittens. Don't want to forget to tell you that. Free on Ravelry. And my project page is updated with pictures of all of these except for the diaper covers. But I have projects for the diaper covers too. Excuse me, and links to the patterns. So if you're curious about any of the things I've shown you, they all have projects. That's one of the things I'm going to do this year, especially with the Year of the Q and all that, is keep up on doing that. Last but not least, I finally finished Care Bear with Fangs. How awesome is this colorway? This is 716 Knit. Jenna, who's awesome, and her yarn is awesome. The solid black is that you can tell it's a little bit different, especially right there. It's just Knit Picks Stroll fingering weight that I have here to use for this heel, cuff, toe. Look at that. I have so much of this yarn left over. I love having small feet. And the foot is actually about as long as the leg. They fit well. They're my standard 64 stitch toe up, short row heel. What I do? Look at the colors! One more time. Anyway, there you go. Those are finally done. I finished the first one at Knitting in the Mitten at the beginning of November. Yeah, I was like, that's it. I'm finishing this sock, and I busted it out in 2 days. And there was only like this much done from the toe up. So, yeah, my ring finger hurts when I use really small needles for a long time. Let's just say my ring finger was really screaming at me at the end of those couple days. So, all right, spinning. I have done a little. I don't have the bobbin to show you. I'm just going to show you the fiber. It is the milk fiber that I bought in the beginning of March last year up at the retreat that I went to from Greenwood Fiberworks. Fiber Arts? I don't know. Greenwood Fibers. I never remember how she... Anyways. I have the first half done. This is the second half. I went to a spin-in on New Year's Day, and that's what I worked on. So I have my spinning mojo back a little bit, at least, and hopefully it'll stay. I have some things I wanna work on. So, anyways, there's that. Designing. Okay, I'm trying to hurry. I promise. My orange hat has a name. It's called Polar Vortex. I put out a thing on Ravelry and said, what should I call it? And Bella Socks said, all I hear about it is this Polar Vortex. You should name it that. I said, that sounds like a cool name. I'll do that. So there you go. It has been tested and is released. And it is also available for 25% off. Please go buy it. Or at least just queue it. Queue it like crazy. This is in the Fiber Nymph Dye Works Cozy Base. Oh, anyway, I know you've seen it. Just wanted to show it to you again because I'm going to mail this off to her because it's a shop sample. I have a shawl that I started, and there's kind of 3 sections. Each of them weighs about the same. Well, the first section took 33 grams. It's a 100 gram skein. You're thinking, oh, that'd be perfect. No, because there's an edging. Not a big one, but an edging after the 3 parts. And so I texted Fiona and I said, ah, look how pretty this is, but I will have that much not enough. And she luckily has a different base that is 490 yards. So I'm going to be, when I figure out what colorway I want, I'm going to be ordering that. And yeah, I'll be ordering that. So that'll be coming. And then I'm laughing because of what I wrote down. Guess what is back? I'm not going to show you much because I don't want to give anything away. Remember this? Maybe if I show you these. Oh, wrong way. They are my big blue balls. Yes, the sweater and the big blue balls are back. Except this time, it's for real. I'm not distracted. I have written actually the entire back of the sweater except for the short row shaping for the shoulders. And that's actually how much I have done. I'm not wanting to really show all of it, but I'll just show you again what I just held up so you can see what it looks like knit up. This is such amazing yarn. This is the Robusta base from Briar Rose Fibers. This is color 2006. All different kinds of blues. And it's a bulky yarn. And it's awesome. And I love it. And yeah, it was funny. On Thursday of last week, I was like, you know what? Sweater. It's time to make the sweater. So I pulled it out of hibernation. So on January 9th, I pulled it out of hibernation and was like, I'm working on it. Guess what day I started it last year? January 9th. How cool is that? I was just like, what? Awesome. And it doesn't look like that much because, well, one, I'm short. If I were to hold up the whole thing, you'd be like, really? That's the back? I'm really short. There's a lot of numbers involved because I'm writing it up for like 8 different sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7? 6, 7 different sizes? Either way. And one night, I sat and worked for like an hour and a half. There was no way to tell unless you knew where blank spots were where numbers would go before I started. I mean, it was crazy. I'm sorry I keep pushing my hair back. I'm noticing that I'm doing it. It's a little bit staticky, and it bothers my face. So I know that I'm doing it. Just it's bothering me too, if it's bothering you. So anyways, so excited about the sweater. It's working. It's working, it's working, it's working. Today I'm going to figure out the shoulder shaping, and then I will be moving on to the fronts and blah, 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 blah. So, yay! Okay, I just hit an hour. I've never actually hit an hour. Okay, that. So the yarn that I was using for the shawl, the Solar Flare yarn, I have it right here, Solar Flare Fibers in Oceanic. And I am designing some fingerless mitts. All I'm showing you is this part, just so you can see what it looks like knit up. They look really small, I know, but because of the ribbing, they actually stretch. This is the smallest size because I have small wrists. So anyways, I'm going to be writing it in 3 different sizes. And these are going to be really basic, just a little bit of a to it. Very basic, really fun, quick knit for you though. So anyways, there's that. Is that all? Oh, and I'm going to be working on, if you remember after Fiber Train, I got some Feathergrass Fibers merino. I got some white and some light brown. This is going to be a hat. I need to get these designed for her. I know what this is going to look like. I just have to figure out stitch counts and stuff because this claims to be a worsted. I don't have like just a strand of worsted to compare it to. I did a wraps per inch loosely to make it fair. It wraps as a sport. I don't know what these people are smoking who mill it for her, but anyway, it's going to be written as a sport weight pattern. So anyways, I'm going to make a hat with that, and there's going to be mittens slash fingerless mitts. It's going to be an option of you, one or the other, with the light brown. And I'm working on that too. So anyway, those will be done. And acquisitions. This will go quick. For Christmas, I got an Etsy gift card from my in-laws, which is awesome because I can buy anything under the sun. It doesn't even have to be knitting related. That's why I wanted it, is because I can buy anything. The other thing I got was from Jake, and ooh, it's a new ball winder. If you watch Stockinette Zombies, you've seen this. Megan raves about hers. It's from Stanwood Needlecrafts, and it is nice. It's metal, and instead of the center bobbing back and forth and doing all of the work, you actually have this hand that does all the work here, and you can go either way like that. And it's a 10-ounce ball winder instead of a 4-ounce. So awesome, awesome, awesome. I knew I was getting it because I actually ordered it. He said, okay, we got paid. What do you want? I said, I already ordered it. You can wrap it though. He's like, okay. Oh, you know, when you're this old. And I have, I bought some Cascade 220 when Paradise Fibers was having a big sale the few days leading up to New Year's, and then on New Year's Eve their entire store was 25% off. So I ordered some skeins of yarn. We have just gray, Christmas green, this one's ruby red. The reason I'm pulling this out is because this one won't show up through the bag. This one's called Chocolate Tweed. It has like a tan, a brown, tan, brown, light gray, dark gray. And all of these, well, and I ordered this from Jimmy Beans because I had a store credit. It's just a brown. All of these will be for either diaper covers or what are called longies, which are pants that are also diaper covers. So, anyways, I know, I'm pretty sure I'm having a boy. I don't think I mentioned that. That's why these are all these colors. If I'm not, whatever. Then I'll put pink shirts on with it. I haven't been wrong yet. So, and I can always return them and exchange them because I haven't used them yet. So, I have that, and I also got, I'm going to step away right over here. I got something I've been wanting for quite a long time. I got a huge skein of sock yarn. It is for me to play with the dyeing things that I've learned. It's not for me to open a shop. If you watch this and have a shop, I do not plan on opening one. I have a couple people at the local yarn store that said, hey, if you have extra skeins when you knit it up, you know, I'll buy one from you, but they're not talking like, you know, the prices that people would pay for, you know, awesome fiber nymph stuff. So I might dye up a couple just to maybe get my money back for the skein. But like I said, that would just be to a couple local people who don't shop Etsy, who don't watch podcasts, who, anyways, you know what I mean? But there's just some fun techniques that I've learned in the couple of dyeing classes that I've taken, and I never really got to utilize, you know, that new knowledge after taking the classes. And these cones, Paradise Fibers always has them. It's a is it 80-20? No, 85% superwash wool, 15% nylon. They've had these for a long time, and I've had my eye on it, but for 25% off, I got a lot of skeins worth for not a whole lot. So anyways, it definitely won't replace all the awesome stuff I have, but like I said, it's just to play with, and I'm actually going to wind off a skein and leave it white like this because I have a color work sock I want to do, and the white will look really good with the other colors that I have. It'll make them really pop. So, and that's like 12 skeins worth, 13 skeins worth, something like that. Insanely large amount of skeins worth. So, anyways, that's all I have. I wish I could have cut 6 minutes out of it. I probably could here and there, could have somehow, but I'm going to be putting videos and pictures and stuff, so thank you for bearing with me. I'm so glad it's just an hour and 6 minutes. I told Jake last night, I was like, this is going to be a 2-hour podcast. So, anyways, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year's, and I'm going to be back on a normal recording schedule. I promise to take pictures at my dyeing weekend. And don't worry, I know about the dyes, what I can and can't be around. My dad also works at a hospital and is going to get me a mask for if I am around them. Mainly it's when you're mixing them up with the powders and stuff like that. And like I said, I really expect to be rinsing and hanging and balling, you know, putting ball bands on and stuff like that. So please don't worry. I'm aware of it. Anyways, like I said, if you have questions or comments or whatever about anything, not baby related, but just anything in general, you can email me at melissa@meltrondesigns.com, PM me on Ravelry, send me a private plurk, whatever you want to do, whatever. So please join the knit-alongs. I'm going to stop talking now. Thank you all for watching. Happy 2014. And until next time, keep knitting. Bye.
It looks good. Okay, guys. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now hold on. Let me put it on a picture so I can actually see.